What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Good morning to you. Hopefully the day is starting off well for a Monday. Are you talking about the stream earlier? What happened? For some reason, my it's a bug in YouTube right now where the live streams are kicking on their own. They're like activating on their own, which isn't a good thing. What's up, Melissa? Yeah, I got a message from Dragonfly at like 4 a.m. my time, and she said, "Do you realize you're live?" And the whole stream was running, and all the lights were out except for the background lights. So I had to get up at like either 3:30 or 4 a.m. I forget which time it was. I had to come out and shut the stream down. So it's a bug right now. They sent a message in YouTube Studio saying it's activating on its own. The ghost? No, it's not the ghost. It's definitely a YouTube bug. So setting up the new thumbnail and everything for the stream, and I didn't even realize it was live. But it's okay. You know, that stuff happens. Okay, so we have a few things we got to get done here. We are filling some orders. We're going to start off with maybe a couple hummingbirds just to get my fingers warmed up. Where's a good version? I think you are a pretty good version. So this is the amber purple color we're going to be working with. We're going to go off to the side view for a moment, just for a moment. So this is the amber purple that we always brag about. How about that way? You can see those colors popping in. Actually, I'm going to show you a couple different versions. So that's one version of amber purple. And watch what happens when I grab the other one. And you can see it changes a little bit. But yeah, that is the amber purple. And that's what we're going to be working with at the moment. And then red too. We're going to do red first. It wasn't in the shop app. Uncle Scooby, I cut it off, but if you message Stephanie right now and tell her that I said online, if you only want 2, I could probably get it done. Uncle Scooby, just message the fiery guy right now. Say, "Hi, Stephanie, just talked to Jason on live stream, and he said I could order 2 roses. Can you make that happen?" And we'll get it. Actually, I'll show you something kind of cool. I have 2 available, but I can make them online, live too. This one is a blue-green color, but it's a different blue-green. This is the sparkle version. So that is the blue-green sparkle. And then I have the peace rose. But if you want the reds or blues, that's fine too. Then this is the peace rose. So this has like pink and yellow. It's literally called the peace rose. And if you're interested in either one of those, let me know. They are a slight bit more because of the cost of the color. But if you want standard roses, that's fine too. It won't bother me a bit. It won't affect anything. All right, let me get these hummingbirds out of the way. Sorry, we're going to go back to the normal view here in a second. I just have too much on my bench. All right, so normal view, here we go. But we'll get it done. Yeah, it is glass. Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to do the red hummingbird right now because the red is a phenomenal color to play with. So red goes completely transparent when you're making it. Ooh, why'd that? There is a ghost going on. Remember last night that marble was facing forward? That skull marble was facing forward last night. I'm not joking. I did not move that. That has not moved on me by my hands. I knew the ghost. Maybe it was the ghost that damn hit the thing. All right, so we're going to make the marble real quick. Ooh, let me use this one. This one's too long. It's in my way, too. Let's do the hummingbird. I got to knock this off. Hold on. Okay. Let's go. So we're going to do the red hummingbird, and then we'll do an amber purple. The red is made from gold particles, yes. No, this red, I don't know the formula for this red in particular. This color is called Red Elvis. I don't know the full chemistry behind it. I know it does have gold in it, but it's not strictly gold. Gold by itself will give you either cranberry or pink. You have to have a couple other chemicals in there to get the super red. And I don't know what those are. I think one of them is germanium. And I would say so gold, germanium. And if I had to guess, a little bit of copper and magnesium. Or manganese. I'm sorry, not magnesium. Manganese. If I had to guess. And that is just a hypothetical guess. All right, so we're going to zoom in on this. I think it's a little better to zoom in a slight bit. We'll bring it in. We're going to pop it out just a little bit, about right there. So we're going to roll this into white glass called Frit, F-R-I-T. It is ground up little bits of glass, kind of like sea salt. It allows me to kind of cover the glass, but not all the way. Here we go. So this is the, oh, sorry. Let me go to side view. So this is what it looks like before we get to it. Kind of like rock candy, like the old rock candy sugar. And then we're going to blend it in. Now, if you want to stay for about 6 minutes, you'll see the hummingbird start to finish completed. They take me about 6-7 minutes, depending on how much I'm chatting. But this red is definitely worth looking at. It's kind of trippy, to be honest. I've been using it for 20 plus years and I'm still amazed by it. Okay, so we got this little bit of color melted in now. I'm going to let it settle for a second. We're going to grip it and pull the ooey gooey. Right there. This is going to be the start of my tail for the bird. So that's the beginning stage of the bird. It is the template for my tail. It kind of tells me the direction to put it. That way it doesn't get all off center. We're going to do the red right now, and you're going to see it's going to go very transparent. And then it will strike back to red. Here we go. We're adding in the little simulated tail feathers. Blend that in. Just bring it down. We're going to fuse that in there. Hopefully you get a little view of this. So keep an eye on the top portion of that tail. You can see it kind of going back to red. And just keep your eye on it. It gets darker, 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 and finally dark. Back in. Now when we do the wings, we'll use the side view and it'll show up a lot better. Yeah, the side view is going to be definitely way better. We're going to drop it there. This is the hook for the tail. There we go. Then we're going to put a little hook on it. And this is exactly where it's going to hang from. So you can hang this in your yard or in your house, wherever you want. These are completely weather resistant, so if you want to put them outside, it will not harm them. It doesn't matter if it freezes or what temperature it gets outside. It's not going to harm it. Completely stable. All right, let's start the wings and we'll show you what's going on. And here we go. Now I handcraft all the wings. I don't use any tools or molds for it. Nothing wrong with it. They can actually be done very well. But I just kind of like this look. On its own. I'm going to bring that out. I'm going to superheat the front here. We're going to go to side view just so you could watch the red evolve, and then we'll go back to normal view. So keep your eye on the top portion of that wing, the front. Just keep your eye, watch it. And it just morphs all the way back to red, like that. So I said it's a pretty trippy color. And here we go. Going to bring it out and just continue to build the next wing. And one more little layer here. I'll see if I can get the side view to work on this side as well, because it's pretty trippy when it does its thing. Let's see if we can go quickly. It's going to be upside down, but keep your eye on the bottom portion, that front of the wing. You're just going to see it start getting darker and darker and darker. And there it comes back. I just got to make sure they're even. They are not. Just got to let it gravity drip a little. There we go. Gonna have to put the little beak on here. Too far down. Definitely don't go that direction. And I need some black eyeball glass. And we put the little eyeballs on here, and this one's all done. Mark that up there. I'm going to change the beak. I'm going to show you on the side view. It's much easier. So I'm not real super happy with the way the beak is looking. It's not looking correct to me. So we're going to take it off and redo it. This part I do love about glass is you can change things up if you don't like the way it looks. We're just going to pull it off here. Redo it. Okay, where did I put my red? There it is. Keep it super clean. Yeah, much better. I'll show you the difference. Bring it out. Thank you, Rose. So now that looks way better. It looks more like a hummingbird beak than not. The other one was just too far off. Way too far off. Then we just tap it and off it comes. And in the oven it goes, or the kiln. So the next color we're going to do is amber purple version. So amber purple looks like this. It's very clear. In fact, we'll use side view. I'll show you what it looks like, and then what it starts out like, and then what it turns to. So this is what it looks like when it starts. It's very, very transparent. You can see a little bit of it right there, where it kind of morphed. But it goes from that color to this ambery color when it strikes in the flame, and then it does that. So it changes into amber purple. That's why it's called amber purple. So from this direction, it's amber purple. So depending on the light source, it changes its color. It's one of the trickier colors to work with, though. It definitely has a learning curve. Make sure I have the right amount of it. So we have some there and some there for the tail. And I'll show you one of the most deadly things in my studio. That right there. See that little shard? That's how I get cut all the time. These little shards happen when you cut the rods in half. And that is like a little mini blade. That hurts. It does not feel good. Okay, let's get the amber purple bird done. What's up, Groves? How you doing? Good morning to you. Okay, let's rock it. Bring it out, and we're going to melt into the frit. We're going to use a little bit of white glass. It's kind of like a sea salt size. And it's just going to allow me to color the glass just a little bit. we go. We're building it up. So a hummingbird will take me 6 to 7 minutes to complete. So if you got 6 or 7 minutes, it's worth it to be hanging out. You can see it start to finish. Okay, we're going to roll it into that frit down here. Like that. I'm going to pop it down a little bit of flame. And the other thing is my glasses. So my glasses are made of what's called didymium, and they filter out certain light spectrums so that I'm able to see what I'm doing. And that is what I see versus what's on the camera most of the time. So you can see the process changes. I can't leave the filter on there because it only will translate into pinks and purples. You won't see anything else happening color-wise. You'll miss out on a lot more. So we don't do that. All right, we're going to pull that little tail down just like we did before. Nope, I want to keep that one separate. Here we go. So we grab a little chunk of it like this and we pull it nice and slow. Get rid of that little bit on the end here. All right, so this is the beginning of the bird. We have the template for the tail ready. I'm going to leave it on small flame at the moment. And we're going to draw the feathers out, or simulated feathers. Fuse that in, do the other side. There we are. And we're good. So now you can see we got a little bit of a tail going, like a tail fanning out. Attach a little holding rod here. Like that. And then we're going to make the head, do the wings, the hook, eyeballs, and beak. It will not be that bad. There we go. We just formed the head. All right, we are going to kick it up a notch. And we're going to put the hook on first. Like that. Bring it down. Straighten it out. And we're going to make the wings. Again, the wings won't show up till later. Oop, it's still not straight. There we go. The color of the wings won't show up till later. This color requires some time to actually soak in the kiln at 1100 degrees, between 1050 and 1100. And here we go. One more little bit here. Smooth it out. So we got wing number 1 all completed. And we're going to do wing number 2. Oh, yeah. No. Uncle Scooby, no. All good. All good, Uncle Scooby. Groves has it under control. And there we go. And the last portion of this wing right here. And smooth it out. And then just have to let it bend appropriately. It's too long. Let me trim it just a little bit. There we go. I'm a stickler about making sure the wings are exactly the same size or within a boundary. So there we are. Now this color is going to be absolutely beautiful. I'll show you what it looks like after I complete this one. I'll show you a rough example of what it's going to look like. I have one already pre-made and cooled off. Just have to put the eyeballs on and we're good to go. Eyeball 1. And eyeball 2. There we go. Pretty happy with it. We're all good. I'm going to show you the difference of what it looks like right now and then what it will actually turn into later. So right now you can see a little bit of that blue hue to it right now. Has a little bit of that bluish hint. We're going to take this one off and I'll show you what the finished version will look like. There we go. Pop that one off. Like after it sits in the kiln for probably 3-4 hours. So when it is fully completed, it will have this color when it's done in its kiln cycle. And it will be that. That's what it will actually turn into. Has this beautiful blue, purpley, amber hue to it. You can even see the color change, amber. This is like the best view though, you can see how it just changes. Okay, so next we have to make some flowers again. We're filling up the Valentine's orders, so we are making full-blown flowers. Very similar to this. Like that. This also changes colors. So we'll be doing red and blue versions of this. But you can see here, it goes from kind of like those dark blues to that blue-green look. And the way we achieve that is through silver and gold. Pure silver and pure gold, and a little borax laundry soap to enhance it. Okay, let's get started. We're hauling butt today. I was going to save that one for later. There we go. I think we're going to do the blue first this morning. Let's get the blue one out of the way. We'll do the silver fuming on it, and then we'll do the pinks later afterwards. Let's do the blue. It's the most interesting. Yeah, so this blue one, after we get done putting all the blue glass on it, we'll vaporize pure silver, transforming it into that blue-green jewel tone. All right, where am I going to move you? Out of the way. There we go. So let's get started. And this just requires straight up regular cobalt glass. And we're going to be flattening these petals one at a time. About every third or fourth petal, I will show you the progress of where it's at. So you get a visual of how it's actually made. And the first one is always the taco petal, because it looks exactly like a taco. So that's always the first one. I always tell people to make a taco petal. They don't know what I'm referring to, and then that's it. Because it literally looks like a taco. All right, all the rest of them do not look like that. So then it's just a matter of taking the little glass, heating it up, smashing it down with a pair of pliers with two little flat discs on them, kind of, and creating the flat impression. And then from there, we have to take that, use a little graphite tool here, and just roll it in and carve it so it creates a simulated petal, flower petal. We're going to do that about 15 times on this flower. Give or take a few. And as I said, as we start going through, about every third or fourth petal that we put on, I will show you the progress. We're getting it all done. We're going. It's nice. I just have YouTube running right now, so it's kind of nice. I don't have TikTok on at the moment. I don't want to try and pay attention to two chats, so it makes it nice. So you guys have 100% of the attention. We're fusing all that in. And as promised, we'll bring it over and I'll show you the progress of where we're at. So this is the stage where I say it doesn't quite, it's not a flower as of right now, obviously, but it's not even resembling it. It almost looks like a weed, to be honest, like one of those 4-leaf clover weeds. And that's always the hardest thing to get through when you start learning to make these. Not everything starts to look like it should in the end. The very beginning, you're kind of looking at something going, I don't know how that's going to happen. But you just have to trust the process and keep going with it, and it eventually will. Sorry about having to clear my throat there. All right, 2 more petals. And I will show you the progress. This is where it starts to look a little flowery. And then about the 9th and 10th petal, it really starts to evolve. And then we just, again, we take the graphite tool and we just kind of carve into it. Like that. And one more here. Okay, we're looking good. Everything's lined up. We'll bring it over and we'll show you the side view again. So now you can see it's starting to get a little flowery pattern to it. We got one more set of 3 petals to do on a smaller size, and then we're going to move up and use a thicker rod, blue rod, to create larger petals on the last six versions of it. So the last 6 will be bigger. So the first 9 are this size, and then we bump it up the last 6. Just going to hand carve in there. We're doing all right. Yep, right there. It can be a little daunting to try and find where you put the last petal. Sometimes you can get a little lost in it. And one more. Bring it out, smash, and hook it in. And smooth it out. Now we're going to go up to the larger glass diameter, the bigger glass rod, so we can get it a little bit wider and bigger petals on here. Here we go. I'm going to bring it out. There. See, we're looking good. Shine a little light on it for the moment. You can see it's just all cobalt. Okay. Going to bring it out. And we're going to go to a larger diameter, which is this one here. It looks darker. It's the same exact color, but it looks darker because it's got more density to it. It's thicker. So it always looks darker, even though it's the same exact color. Gonna grab that and smash. And it creates a much larger petal with these two little ridges on the outside. Those little ridges allow me to kind of carve into it a little better. It stops everything from kind of flopping around. Otherwise, if you don't do that and you try and make a large petal without those, it doesn't have any structure to it and the petals kind of move too much. Which is bad. It's bad. Okay, 2 more petals. I'll show you where we're at. Griswold's Old School House in Claremont. I don't know where that's at. I haven't heard of that one. Yeah, I've never heard of that one. That's a new one for me. I sell them at thefieryguy.com. Thefieryguy.com. And here we go. I forgot to mention, this one is being made for Uriel. Uriel, this is your flower being made. So the reason I mentioned Uriel's name is we did a run where we make them on live, and I will call out the person who ordered it. I'm not going to use last names, but I call out who ordered it, and that way they can go back and reference the flower being made for their significant other or whoever they want it to go to. There we are. Now, when I show you this version, you're going to definitely see the size difference in the normal size petals and what we have going on now. There we are. See those bigger petals on the outside? It almost makes it look like a triangle right now. Once we add the next 3, it'll definitely balance this flower out. We just had to add 3 more, and it will completely balance this. 3 more to go. And here we go. We're going to smash again. Here we are. Heat that up. I'm going to pop the view out for just a minute. Just for a minute. There we go. All right, we got 2 more to go. 2 more petals. Okay, there's the last one that went on. Okay. Remember I was saying these are kind of hard to find when you get ready to do the last ones. It's hard to see where you need to put the next two, because they are all tightly bunched up together. Then we bring it out. This is why I popped the view out, so you guys can see that kind of falling down that way. And then that's why you hand carve it. You kind of let it fall and drip. And then hand carve it. Just a different perspective. Now we'll pop it back in. I definitely need to set this up with foot pedal. There we go. This is a close-up view, so it makes it really nice. Have a good one, Melissa. Thank you for stopping in, of course. All right, one last pedal, and then we're going to do the magic. So if you have another 2 minutes, it's worth the wait. You're going to see the color change as we add pure silver to it. It's definitely worth the wait. All right, last pedal, we're going to do a full send in here. Pop it back. There we go. And blend it in. And we're looking really good. I don't see any flaws. We'll bring it over to the side view. We got a couple little extensions to put on from the stem to the actual flower, the bud itself. So there it is in cobalt. Let's put the little extensions on real quick, and then we will get into the rest of it. I'm going to bring it down in size. So these are just like simulated little tiny leaves falling down. But what it really does is it locks that flower head into the stem itself, building a bridge so it's not fragile. I mean, it's still breakable, but not like as breakable. Just locks everything in. Here we go, last one. Like that. See, it's moving right now. We want it to. Want it to kind of bounce around a little. And back to the side view. We're going to leave it on side view for the moment. This is where the magic happens. So those are those little lock-in places, just like kind of little leaf-looking things coming down. So here we are. We're going to show the color before silver and then after. So there it is, cobalt blue. Stick around. Grab yourself a coffee or whatever. We got a couple minutes, just a couple minutes of this, and it's going to look amazing. We got to warm it up. And at the end of this rod is a little bit of silver. You can see that little nugget of silver right there. Okay, now it's focusing today. See that nugget of silver? We're going to take that and we're going to vaporize a little bit of that nugget onto this glass. It's going to totally change the entire color. Here we go. It's a very fast process. It happens pretty quick once that silver gets to melting. And there we go. Bring it over. We're not done yet, but you can see that it now changed from cobalt to that. So now we have those blue-green jewel tones going. Going to kind of blend it in there for a second. We just got to get it hot again. It's basically melting that silver into the glass itself. It's a cool hot shot anyway. Okay, the next step is we do have to take borax laundry soap, and yes, it is actual borax laundry soap. And we're going to fuse that into the glass. Here we go. So I got to preheat this rod. We're going to grip a little bit of that soap right here. There we go, just a little tiny bit. I'm going to melt it in just a little bit more. Let me change this chemistry just a little bit. There we go. And I think we're pretty close. Let me fuse it up here. I think we got it. We'll check the color here in a second together and see how it looks. So here comes the reveal. There we go. And that is how it changed from cobalt to all those beautiful colors transitioning from in there. And that is done from cobalt to pure silver to borax laundry soap. Kind of cool, right? I think it came out okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. What do I do with the glass flowers I make? We sell them. Yeah, we absolutely sell them. Yeah, we absolutely sell them. No, nobody's ever called me Hi Fury. Hey, what's up, Mike? How you doing? Yeah, nice day for fishing. Okay, Mike, got that one. I know, yeah. NPC. All right, I need to come back in about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I got to grab some more glass real quick and get things reformulated here. I'll be back. We are making more flowers, so if you want to come back and check me out in 10, 15 minutes, we can get that done. I'll be live again, but I got to go gather some materials. I'm out. I got to get more blue and some other stuff. So give me 10, 15 minutes, and I will see you. Dragonfly. I'll be right back, Dragonfly. I'll see y'all in just a little bit.